Over the past few months, I have been building different kind of models. Here you can see some of them. While I was building these models, I kind of selected a lot of different tools over time. Some of them were the standard tools that any modeler is using, so I'm not obviously wasting my time and your time on this, but I have also kind of found some of the tools that are not trivial, they are not maybe so common, but they are extremely useful, and for me they have been a game changer in the way that they are more precise, they're more useful, they're saving my time, and most importantly they're making a better model after all. So I will start with the most basic one. So everybody knows about a cutter, right? So this is the standard cutter. Maybe here the blade is not probably the most standard one, but this is the one that I ended up with. So this is obviously something that every single person, every single modeler, every single maker has. But what is probably a little bit underrated is this kind of blade, the flat blade. This is probably the most useful of the blades, whereas many, if not everybody I have seen using, is using the square one, but I find myself more and more using the flat one. And one of the reasons why I find this particularly useful is to cut all the cutouts from the laser cut. So more often than not, I have been spending a lot of time trying to make a clean cut with this one, whereas with this it's much easier. It's just easier. You go there and you can go vertically cutting like this, like trunking, like track, or even in smallest spaces like this. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to cut here and then you need to go back and then cut again. With this, it's just one single stroke, like track, and you cut it. It's beautiful. I think this is a very underrated idea. Another thing that I want to show you is these beautiful pipes. So many for so cheap. I don't know, I think like this is like €3 or something. So what is this exactly? I have seen this used in a lot of different places, and then I finally understood what they are. They basically are some pipes, some open pipes that you use with your CA glue. So the beautiful thing about this is that you do not need to close it. So once you put the pipe on the CA glue container like this, as you can see, the shape is basically standard for and universal for any CI glue container. Basically, I'm using here for example, here for two different ones, same pipe, no problem. And the fantastic thing about this is that it's not needed. You don't need to close it anyway. So you just use it right away. You're having this. So not only you have a very nice adapter for the CI glue, so you can go really surgical and you don't waste CI glue. You can also have no problem with the opening and closing, opening and closing, opening and closing, because these don't dry. And if it does dry, then you just need to cut it like this, tuck, then it's open again and it's working again. It's beautiful. It's really cool. Since I'm here, I'm also telling you about another important thing about CI glue. So there are at least three different kind of CA glue, and I think you need to use at least two of them. So there are three levels of viscosity. There is a very low viscosity. Low viscosity means that it's basically liquid as milk, maybe, and which is this one specifically. And another one is the one that I don't know if you can see it from the inside, probably not, but this is high. Actually, this is medium viscosity. It's not even high. And I think there is a very important usage for both of them. So for example, when you working on the ropes or some kind of I need to put this in very tidy spaces, then I use the low viscosity one that it's like water or milk. But when I want to be very clean, when I want to do an application where I don't want to have the glue going around the piece, but I just want to be very specific where I want to apply the glue, then I use the low viscosity one. So keep in mind that when you buy CA glue, you may have to buy two different kind of glues, and I think the price is more or less. Unfortunately, the standard CA glue is the one with low viscosity, so you need to look for a specific place where to buy the high viscosity one or the medium viscosity one. The other tool that I want to show you is about these kind of tools, right? I mean, everybody has those, everything different like this, but what you need to know is these are more specifically for metal. So those are very nice and useful for metal. They are not as effective as others with the wood. And since we are working a lot with wood, we need something different. And the something different is this kind. These files are using diamond powder. So this is obviously artificial diamond, and these work much better with the wood. They are like, see, look, they are super fast and more aggressive than the other one. So this is also something that you can buy for cheap on Amazon. So don't forget, files with the diamond powder on it. There are so many different shapes, right? They are super effective and they are definitely totally worth your money. Now let's talk about these things. So these are called the trunking scissors. Trunking scissors. Yeah, it's a very special kind of scissors. Now the problem with this, first of all, is you may find these quite expensive. So there are several different kind of brands and various forms, and this one I paid for this on Amazon, I think 25 euro, which is pretty cheap, but you can also find those for 60 or 70 euro easy. The quality is probably not the best, actually. I think there is a little bit of, this is not super flat, for example, but yeah, I mean, you pay what you get what you pay for, right? So what is so special about this? So they are super strong. So before using this kind of scissors, I was using something from Proxxon. But then I found this, and this I think covers basically 90% of my need. So what you need this for is, this can cut everything, really, like this, with an incredible and almost so satisfying way that you can really do whatever you want. And most importantly, you can actually cut using these degrees here. So if you, for example, you have your, say that you are building a plank for your deck, right? So you are going here and you have tack, and it's perfectly cut, no question asked. So you don't even need to go with the sandpaper, and you can create some incredible shape super easily, and it is amazing. And there was also very interesting is how, as I said, how powerful they are. So you can even cut stuff like this big with an incredible embarrassing. It's super simple, and the bing is so satisfying. And finally, what is also very interesting is these kind of scissors, they're using standard cutter blades. So that means that, I don't know, at the end of each project, you can just go and replace the blade super cheap, super effective, absolutely a tool that I cannot do without anymore. And my final suggestion with regards to tools is gloves. There is a reason why I'm always using gloves. I'm always using gloves because my hands tends to sweat quite a bit, and the sweat is acidic, which means that if you are working on something that already has been painted, for example, you really risk to ruin the paint on the model. You also risk to put your fingerprints on the model itself, and more importantly, if you work a lot with the CA glue, you will also end up having your fingertips. You know that how it works. You have your fingertips that are basically ruined for a long time because of that. Not to mention, obviously, the problem with the painting, so you don't have to have your paint or some kind of solvents or whatever. It's a protection for you and for your model. So I highly suggest this. The final tip is using powder. So the thing is that since long ago, there is no powder anymore inside the gloves because of allergic reactions, right? So people, so you can use the baby powder or any other form of powder that you can already have in your bathroom to just put a little bit. It is really like this, it's already enough. So you put this inside before putting your gloves on, and they will fit like instantly. It's absolutely something. It's a joy to work with, and now I cannot really do without. Okay, so I really hope that these tools will become part of your tool set, because like mine. And yeah, see you and show me the next build. Bye.